Om Shanti. Am I audible? Om Shanti. Good morning, Divine Family.
Yes, you're audible, brother.
Okay. And is the screen visible?
Yes.
Yeah. Om Shanti, everyone. 24th June 1974. Abhyakt Murli, titled Only a Raj Yogi Claims the Right to World Sovereignty. The wonderful Murli, which basically speaks about the various titles of a yogi soul. Like in military, we have various ranks, and even in doctors, we have graded specialist, or general practitioner. And for any professional, there are various grades, and that those grades are based on the qualification earned and the experience earned by the professional, and the acceptance by the public about his specialties, about the success. So accordingly, there are gradings, various titles for every professional. Similarly, for a yogi soul, there are various titles of jnana and yoga which are to be earned. For example, for a yoga, Baba says karma yoga, sahaj yogi, buddhi yogis, and various similar other titles. So a Raj Yogi, this Murli Baba said, Raj Yogi is the king of all yogis, means all titles are imbibed by that soul, and they manifest in a practical form which are experienced by others during at least 8 hours in a day. At least 8 hours, others experience those qualities in the yogi soul to qualify for becoming a Raj Yogi. So very powerful Murli. Baba also says how to convert sleep into yoga, how to do service, how to earn an income, unlimited income through even the stage of sleep, where how do Maharati souls they practice their sleep to be yogic sleep. So let's listen to this Murli completely in the soul consciousness stage. I'm a shining star in between eyebrows. I am master creator. I am a self sovereign soul, the king of my mind, intellect, and my sanskars and my sense organs. Om Shanti. Only a Raj Yogi claims the right to world sovereignty. Do all of you consider yourselves to be yogi souls? Have all of you received the title of a yogi soul? Although you are yogi souls, not all of you are yogi to the same extent. You are number wise. When someone receives a certificate after completing his studies, when he receives his degree certificate, he is called a professional. For instance, a lawyer or a doctor. When you receive the knowledge of a yogi life and a bhogi life from the knowledgeful father, you are able to die alive from the bhogi life. Baba gives the power of discernment to understand the huge difference, vast difference between a yogi life and a bhogi life. So the soul is able to die alive from the bhogi life, the old sanskars. Here too, just as you automatically receive the title of a Brahma Kumar or Kumari as soon as you die alive, in the same way, you also receive the title of a yogi soul, but that is received number wise. Baba says there is a number or the ranking here in each title. So we need let's visualize our where do we stand deep inside, where do I stand in each and every title of a yogi soul. So, what is the difference in this? So, you describe yoga in different ways. For example, easy yoga or sahaj yoga, constant yoga, nirantar yoga, karma yoga, gyan yoga, and buddhi yoga. You praise these, do you not? Just as in the field of medicine or in the military, they have various grades in the same way. Here amongst the yogis, there are karma yogis and buddhi yogis. Here too, some have all the qualifications, whereas others have one or two qualifications, but not all of them. Some have buddhi yoga, but they do not have karma yoga, or some have karma yoga, but are not easy yogis. Those who are not constantly aware of Gyan cannot be called a Gyan yogi. Underline the word constantly aware of Gyan, can only be called as Gyan yogi. Here too you receive one title, and so you have to imbibe within yourself the praise of yoga that you relate to others. For example, Raja Yoga means to conquer your physical organs and to rule them so that the soul receives an elevated status in the future. Only when a Raj Yogi has powerful yoga can he be called a Raja Yogi. Otherwise, he would only be called a yogi, but not a Raja Yogi. So, check whether you are a yogi who has imbibed all the titles, or is it that some have 8 to 10 titles, whereas others have only one or two. So, this is a point to ponder upon. During the churning phase, we'll we all will can share on this. Which are these titles and where do I stand in each title? For instance, amongst doctors, lawyers, engineers, or the military, there would be many different grades or ranks. There would be colonels, of course, starting from lieutenant, captain, major, lieutenant colonel, colonel, brigadier, then major general, lieutenant general, and all that. So, but their list would be separate. So each rank have got the separate list of officers. In Banaras, they receive a title from the university, Banaras University. They receive a title. Some receive one, two, or six titles, whereas others receive 8 to 10 titles. In the same way, you claim titles here too. So here in spiritual life, also we the souls claim titles. Do not just become happy thinking that you are a yogi soul. If you imbibe in your practical life all the different praise of yoga, then to the extent that you are praised here, accordingly you will become worthy of worship there, is in the future. In the Lokic world, children don't worship their parents, but they would still consider the father to be worthy of worship. In the same way, the subjects of the golden age will not worship you, that is, rulers, but will consider you to be worthy of worship. That is, they will give you that much regard. Now, make a list of how many titles you have imbibed in yourself and then check which titles you are missing. This could be the homework of today's Murli, to make a list of how many titles I have imbibed in myself and then check which titles I am still missing to be imbibed. You can only receive a particular title when you pass in that subject. So, what is the criteria? Passing in particular subject earns you the title. So, when you are able to see your own stage of an easy yogi, here the title is Easy Yogi, Sahaj Yogi. So, when you are able to see your own stage of a Sahaj Yogi, and others also feel that you truly are an easy yogi soul, only then would you have passed. So the criteria is the the souls in whose company you are in. If they also feel that you truly are an easy yogi soul, then only then would you have passed. In the same way, have you imbibed all the praise of knowledge in the subject of Gyan Yoga? You can know your own number. Some may say that the study is powerful. This is the praise of knowledge, not praise of your stage. So check whether you have imbibed all the different titles in the subject of yoga. If you haven't imbibed all the titles of Gyan and Yoga, you would not be able to become a world emperor or a world empress. Okay, you may not pass with honors, but at least you have to pass, and you need at least 75 marks to pass. So the minimum marks to qualify in the particular subject is 75% marks. So that is the specialties and all these different points of dharana should be visible to everyone. So that is the criteria for passing. The specialties and all the different points of dharana should be visible to everyone, those around us. In the chart of a day of 24 hours, you have 8 hours rest. So you are left with 16 hours. Three quarters of that is 12 hours. However, those who have to do a lot of intellectual work are given permission for 3 hours off. And because of Baba being the father, he gives you another hour off. And so this still leaves 8 hours. Therefore, for at least 8 hours, all the titles of Gyan, Yog, Easy Yogi, Raj Yogi, Karma Yogi, etc., should be in you so completely that other souls experience you to have all these qualifications and give you the certificate accordingly. Only then will you receive 75% marks. The time spent in sleeping by those who are Maharathis, that is, having a great stage, elevated stage, that is, those who are able to pass with honors, is also accounted in the Yog Yuk stage. Baba says the time spent in sleeping is also accounted in the Yog Yuk stage, provided the stages of a Maharathi are able to pass with honors. Their stage will be as though they have finished their parts and that they are in Paramdham, the supreme abode, and they will experience yoga whilst sleeping. There is the memorial of Brahmins being created from the Brahma element. You become deities from Brahmins, but Brahmins being created from Brahma means that at the time of going to sleep, you have finished your part, become detached from the physical organs, and returned home to the land beyond the Brahm element. Then, when you wake up at Amrit Vela, you feel that you have taken support of the body in order to play your part. Beautiful, very deep. So that means you have come as a Brahmin from the Brahma element. From here, you will directly become a deity. But this is the praise of the 8 jewels of this time, Ashtaratna. You saw the father and mother, Saraswati, in the Sakar form. On what basis did they claim the first and second numbers? The majority of their income, Baba says, the majority of their income was accumulated by them at the time of sleep, was it not? Even in the name of sleep, they used to experience that they were not sleeping but awake. Deeply inside, they were deeply awakened. Their tiredness would be removed also, because when the souls were awake and earning an income, they did not experience tiredness. The battery was getting charged, soul battery. So they did not experience tiredness. So just as the mother and father changed their sleep into yoga, all of you first grade Maharathis have to follow them in the same way. You now experience your sleep to be reducing, but you also have to create that stage underlying. One has to create the stage where we experience sleep to be reducing and earning a source of income. Change your sleep into yoga and follow the Father. He was, Baba says, he was ordinary throughout the day. Means Brahma Baba was ordinary throughout the day the same way as all of you. This is the sign of the first grade, the sign of those who are part of the eight. The second number are part of the 100, and the third number, the third list, are part of the 16,000. However, all here are Maharathis. No one is part of the cavalry, but there are the first, second, and third numbers. In the same way, when someone orders the physical organs to do something and they do just that, you can then understand that the soul is a Karma Yogi soul. So that's the definition of a Karma Yogi soul. When the order is given to the physical organs just do that. However, those who are in the second grade will only attain success in that sometimes they will only sometimes experience having all types of yoga, for sometimes they won't. And you know the result of those who are in the third grade. In the third grade, Baba leaves for us to imagine what would be the third grade. Therefore, since you have to become part of the first grade, first of all, make a list of all the titles of Gyan and Yog and see how many you have imbibed in yourself. Conduct a class on this. Everyone has received the title of Brahma Kumar or Brahma Kumari. Do not become happy with just that title, for you have to imbibe all the titles within yourself completely. Om Shanti. Let's churn this Murli deeply inside, and then we share our churnings or any queries or any experience of the various types of titles Baba says about Gyan and Yoga, and how much percentage we have imbibed, and where do we stand in each title. So let's take a moment of pause. Om Shanti. Om Shanti, all divine family members. Om Shanti. So we can begin with our sharing or our reflections on today's Murli. What is Baba giving an emphasis on, and how does it relate to the practical life, practical day to day? How can we apply? If one is applying, what is they can share their experience. So Baba speaks about various titles, like in military or for a doctor or for an engineer, there are various gradings. Like he's a, for example, a civil engineer or a mechanical engineer or a chemical engineer or electrical or IT or cyber security. And there are various specializations. Within those main engineering branches, there are various specializations too. And there are various degrees like bachelor, then masters, and there is a MPhil or PhD. So in Gyan and Yoga, also there are various titles, and they all are based on certain qualifications. So what are those qualifications Baba spoke about to realize that we have passed in those titles? What is the qualification for passing in each title? Can anyone share that, what Baba said today?
Baba's talking about scoring 75% in each of the subjects to qualify the respective title.
Yes. And what is Baba's criteria of for passing? How do a soul understand that he or she has passed? What is the criteria? Because the
One
soul is
point,
always interacting with other souls also, no? So what is that criteria?
others have the same experience of they've been in that stage.
Exactly. We are in constant connections and relations with other souls. So the souls in whose company we are in, whether it's family or office, anywhere, the other souls will experience that these attributes of a particular title, and they will, when they experience, that is a certificate given to the soul that yes, the soul qualifies for that title. So which are the titles we can think of in Gyan and Yoga separately, and each subject, in fact, Gyan, Yoga, Dharana, and Seva? For
As
example,
per
for Gyan,
Murli, as per the Murli, Baba speaks about 5 different types of yoga: easy yoga, karma yogi. Then he speaks about
yes, Buddhi Yoga,
Dhyan yoga,
intellect,
buddhi
yoga of
yoga,
intellect, yeah,
constant yogi.
constant yogi, yes, Nirantar yogi, Sahaj yogi, easy yogi. So these are various titles, various specialization, you can say. So Baba finally says that Raj Yogi is the one who is. What is the definition of Raj Yogi? Baba said today. I mean,
Om
which
Shanti, brother.
Om Shanti.
For Om Shanti, Raja Yogi means to conquer your physical organs and to rule them so that the soul receive an elevated status in future. That is
Yes, yes, sister, and very nice, very correct. And anyone would like to share further on this?
If you see the word Raja, Raja means king. So king over what? King over the subjects. So what are the subjects here Baba is talking about? Not just the physical organs. The physical organs, if I have a control over, that is Hatha Yoga. But Raja is more than that. He's not just king over the physical organs. He can ask the organs when the eyes should see, what the ears should hear, but it's the subtle organs that is studying about the mind, intellect, and samskaras, knowing what is its habits, what is its qualities, and then identifying the body with it. And how is all this done? Through communion, through communion, through this soul meeting the supreme soul. And then all this in getting absolved in what we call it as the cosmos of consciousness. This is how, that is why it's called as the king of all yoga, Raj Yoga, as what Baba mentioned today.
Very beautiful, beautifully expressed. Yes, that's why Baba says king of all yoga is Raj Yoga, where automatically the other titles are understood to have been imbibed by the soul. Any other sharing with respect to any other aspect of today's Murli? Baba said so many things, which can be used, applied practically, like sleep. How do we convert sleep into yoga? Which Baba gave example of Baba and Mama. They used to convert the sleep into yoga. They used to be deeply awake. What is this sleep where we are awake, yet we are sleeping, but yet awake, and we finish our tiredness through this awakened sleep? So can anyone throw some light on this?
Yeah, that's what Baba said is, why do we sleep? Because there is tiredness of the physical organs. When any kind of sleep is anything, whether it's not just the mind, but a tiredness. But if the tiredness can be removed, when you see the soul awake, and when you know you're going to earn an income. See, if I know I'm going to earn an income, I'm in front of a shop, sleep will leave me. So that thing, that's why they say it is a source of income. So when I have that income, I can conquer my sleep, and instead I can be a little bit alert. And then that is how the sleep can be converted into yoga.
Yes, sister. Yes. When the income is being earned, then soul will not have the tendency to go to sleep. I mean, deep inside, the soul will be awakened. So the income is through yoga when it's connected with Baba. The Baba gave example of Paramdham. Can anybody who have not spoken as yet may please share? There are you're all together 19 souls who are connected. So let's everyone, we hear from everyone's about the reflection. So other souls also kindly please share. In chat box, meanwhile, I'll read. Yeah, please go ahead.
Om Shanti Baiji and Divine Family. As I was listening to Murli tonight, my mind was responding to Baba. Baba, no, I don't qualify. You are asking me 75%. Baba, your criteria is quite high. I'm new. I'm not at that level yet. I don't know. So my mind was making so many excuses in all four subjects: Gyan, Yoga, Dharana, and service. So in terms of title, I will say, yes, Baba, I'm lucky soul, I'm lovely soul, I'm loving soul, Jnani soul, I am trying to understand, clarity, not yet. So title, I'm still learning, I'm still climbing on the ladder. So at this moment, I will say not yet, Yes, Baba, I will meet your all expectations, not 75%, but 100%. But I need time. I need time. Thank you. Oh, and another thing, I was turning on the point when Baba was saying during sleep, stay constantly in yoga, in connection with him. So my understanding is saying, does it mean during sleep my mind is constantly thinking about what to do? When I the soul allow my mind, okay, my mind, you stay busy in this practice before you sleep. Okay, so you need to do this task 5 times, even swim on practices, right? I still am not 100% sure how to imbibe this title, how to become embodiment. I'm still catching up, learning. So I don't know if I'm right or wrong. So when my mind is constantly thinking about what to do, how can I improve, how can I become king of my own thoughts? My mind, my intellect, my sanskar, are they in my control? Okay, if yes, if they are not, if they're still winning me and I'm feeling each time, it's all right, it's all right. I need to be kind to myself. I need to be gentle to myself. I'm lucky, at least I know that I'm the king. I'm the king because for the last 57 years, who was ruling and controlling in this kingdom? My 5 senses, my sanskar, and I lost my awareness of who I am. Soul was not existing in the body. Didn't know. I mean, metaphorically, I'm saying I didn't know who I am, right? So body senses, my intellect, my mind, my sanskar, every faculty, they were running my kingdom. So I was becoming slave who used to be a king, a ruler, a controller. That person, me myself, was becoming like a beggar, servant of servants. So Baba, thank you so much. I'm awoken now and I am trying my best to regain my control, lost control back. Thank you, Ji. Om
Thank you,
Shanti
sister.
Ji.
Thank you, sister. Very beautifully expressed. I will just read the chat. Radhamani sister says, a king means who has imbibed all powers. Yes, who's a ruler. And on Om Shanti Ji, the Balvinda sister has already shared. Yes, beautifully. The BK is shared. When we sleep, we are in soul conscious state. Yes, that's the key. When we give order to the mind that remain busy, with in the Param Dham with Baba, in remembrance of Baba, just before sleeping. So that automatically programs sleep into yoga. And the next is a speciality of dharnas should be visible to others. That's a criteria Baba gives us to pass at least 75% marks, which is the qualifying marks. Radhamani sister shares Raj Yogi means constant yogi. Always give 8 hours to Baba's remembrance. Because these are the 8 hours which Baba expects us to be the embodiment of the all attributes of yoga, all titles of yoga and Gyan. Gita sister shares one should understand the kinds of yoga, limbs of yoga, pillars of Raj Yoga. Through Gyan, I become knowledgeful, Vikaldarshi, Trinetri, Swadarshan Chakradhari. Yeah, yes, sister, these are the titles of Gyan. Through yoga, I become a rightful heir to inheritance, knowledge of God and knowledge of self. Om Shanti. So beautiful churning. Everyone has shared. Anyone else, please kindly share. Vijit Bhai.
Om Shanti.
Yeah, Om Shanti.
So Baba mentioned this only a Raj Yogi claim, right to be self-serenity. So Raj Yoga makes one person to become master of the self. So that is through the mind, our intellect, and the sanskar. One can claim or take charge of this. And Baba also touched upon that ways of Rajyoga, different ways, described the different ways of Rajyoga. Example, Yoga Yoga, Constant Yoga, Karma Yoga, Jnana Yoga, Buddhi Yoga, Raja Yoga, Bhakti Yoga. There are many. So this is all, if you look at it, this is all connected because it's all, the constant thoughts that we create, because Raja Yoga only give that clear definition about it can be practiced at all the time. Because other yogas, they believe that this can be practiced only when we sit for that practice of meditation or yoga. But here, Baba is clearly teaching us, we can be constant. Okay, so here that comes as yoga means this a remembrance, right? So easy remembrance. So all the time we will be remembering something or the other, right? While doing action or anything. So our mind is busy thinking about something. So that's where that union, comes up. We say, right, the different yoga means, that union. So either our mind is linked with something, or remembrance of something, or connected with something, meeting, something or the other. So here, this is the Raj Yoga is the giving that scope where one can easily remember things. Just that we have to change the thoughts that coming in our mind as per Baba's instruction, the Murli, or just to remember Baba. So that easily change all our way of life, and that helps one to claim self-sovereignty, having ruled the self over a long period of time. Sorry.
Thank you, Vijay Bhai. Yes, a deep reflection on the definition of a true Rajyogi in practical sense.
Om
Anyway,
Shanti,
yeah,
brother.
sister, yeah, you would like to share something? Yeah, please.
Om Shanti, brother. I know you said once you have shared, somebody else to share.
No,
But
it's
I would
okay.
like to
It's
just
okay.
share something very deep once I came into Raj Yoga. If you read the book of Raj Yoga by Swami Vivekananda, the key word over there was renunciate. The key word of any in Raj Yoga of Swami Vivekananda is renunciate. That's why even if you see how did he renunciate, he didn't renunciate immediately till his guru had left his body. The renunciation is the key word over there. But what does Raj Yoga make it a royal yoga? It may be a easy yoga because I don't have to use these limbs or anything or sit in pranayama or anything. It is such a beautiful yoga of just two energies combining. So that makes it one of the best, easiest yoga, a Sahaj yoga, like thing. And why royal yoga it is called as? Because not only I'm surrendering my body, but it is a royal connection. And this is the only one where they never speak about what is that called? Getting merged in the Brahma element. That's not the individuality of the soul, the supreme soul is only brought about in Raj Yoga. Everywhere else, bliss means merging with the Lord. Every other yoga, even mind control is there in other yogas. If you see in Hatha Yoga, they teach you how to control the mind, how to control every limb of your body can be done. But here, it's called as royal, it's called as this because easy union, easy control, and perfect. It's a different philosophy, no merging. I and my father, we are both there as individual entities. That's what I thought one should just share that it's so different than the other yogas.
Thank you,
Yes,
sister. Yeah, so for bringing out that aspect. Yes, it's not just a mind control. It's basically the connection of soul with the supreme soul and gathering the power to rule the inner world of mind, intellect, and sanskar, and thereby sense organs, the subjects can easily be ruled. So, if no one else has got any point, then we can switch to the meditation phase of 1 minute. And also we'll take the homework
Before we go
of
on
today's
to
work.
meditation, Ombai, we have
Yes,
an announcement for
yes.
tomorrow. So tomorrow, Dr. Shwetang Bhai from US shall be conducting a Murli Manthan on the Murli that we read this Monday, which is dated 23rd of May 1974, which is about the attractions and personality of a true Vaishnav. So request that we revise the Murli to get the maximum benefit out of the Manthan session. Yes, Mumbai, we can move to meditation.
Thank you, Raki sister. That gives yet another title of Vaishnav. That's another title. So let's be seated on the Singhasan, on the throne, self-sovereign Singhasan. I am a self-sovereign soul, a king quality soul, true Maharathi soul, seated on the self-sovereign throne. Looking at the kingdom, the inner kingdom, the inner world, comprising of the subjects, the sense organs, ruled by I, the soul, through my mind, intellect, and my sanskars, having an appointment with each one of them. The ministers, that is the mind, intellect, and sanskars, giving time to them, understanding their issues, their concerns, and their appreciation, their grasp on the subjects. Having a two-way communication, having a counseling sessions for each of them. I, the king, giving time, taking time out for these three vital ministers through which I am ruling the inner kingdom. Now visualize that I, the king, is a creation of the Supreme Creator, the Almighty Authority, the Supreme Soul, Shiv Baba, who is my Badshah, who's my Supreme Father, Supreme Professor, and Supreme Sadguru, who's there with me, who's teaching me, who's guiding me, who's giving me his inheritance every moment through Srimat. And I am giving my full time to him to understand what is his vision of me to be a true king, true Raja Yogi. He is the one who gives me the divine knowledge about the titles and what are the ways and means to pass in each title, to earn the titles of Gyan and Yoga, how to imbibe those titles like a true commander, true colonel, spiritual army. How do I command and be constantly seated in the elevated stage of a ruler, of a king, of my own self, my own ministers, and my own subjects? So, as a homework, today I make a list of all the titles of Gyan and Yoga which Baba, my supreme counselor, my supreme professor, has taught me today. I list down all these titles and check each title as to how much I have imbibed each title, how much percentage marks I have earned so far, and does it reflect on others with respect to others experiencing these titles in me through my forehead, through my drishti, through my vision, through my attitude, through my words, and through my thoughts. I am grateful, I'm feeling gratitude to the Supreme Creator who made me a king. And I thank my ministers and my subjects to follow my orders. Thank you, Baba. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Thank you, Divine Family. Over to you, Rakhi.
Thank you, everyone. And let's come prepared with a deeper Murli Manthan for tomorrow's session. Have a wonderful day. See you tomorrow morning at 5 a.m.